home of the bard himself, Kanda couldn't help himself. It was time for him to reflect and share thoughts on that little island across the pond in his speech entitled Hail Britannia, Kanda Allahan, Hail Britannia. Typically clapping. Very nice.
2012. What a year for the Brits. It started out in January with the wedding of Will and Kate, that is, heir to the throne, William, his sweetheart, Kate. And in June was the Diamond Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth, 60 years on the throne. And finally, in August, just a few weeks ago, was the quadrennial event of the world, the Olympics, held in London. Well, what's so special about this little island across the pond? It's not quite half the size of California, about the size of Michigan, yet it has nearly double the population of California, 62 million people. About the 6th or 7th largest economy in the world, that little island. Well, the United Kingdom, the British flag, is a compilation, the flag itself is a compilation of 3 flags. The flag of St. George, the patron saint of England, a red cross on a white field. The flag of St. Andrew, the patron saint of Scotland, which is a white diagonal cross on a blue field. And the patron saint of Ireland, it's a red diagonal cross on a white field. Put them all together, you have the British flag. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. England, the story goes back to prehistory. The Celts first settled the British Isles, and for about 500 years it was occupied by the Romans up until 500 AD. At that time, the Angles and Saxons, Germanic tribes from the mainland of Europe, invaded and conquered, pushed the Celts into Scotland, into Wales, and kept the mainland for themselves. They named it Angleland, or England. And it stayed that way until, well, with occasional Viking invasions. 1066, the Battle of Hastings, the last time Great Britain was invaded successfully by the Normans from Normandy in France, descendants of the Vikings themselves. And from that time forward, Great Britain has never been invaded successfully. In 1588, it was still a backwater. Great Britain was still a backwater. In 1588, though, the great power of the world, Spain, decided to put England in its place, Great Britain in its place, and sent the Spanish Armada to invade and conquer Great Britain. Well, they were outfoxed by a smaller navy headed by Sir Francis Drake. We have the story, his remnants of his coming to the west coast of the United States in Drake's Bay and Sir Francis Drake Boulevard in Marin County. He made a trip around the world not long after Magellan. Well, he very, very effectively destroyed and defeated the Spanish Armada, and from that point forward, English power, British power grew. The American colonies were settled. They, however, lost them after 100 or so years, but British power still grew, and by 100 or 150 years after the American independence, the British Empire was the greatest empire that the world has ever seen. A quarter of the world's population, a quarter of the world's land area was ruled by Great Britain. It was called Pax Britannica. They would say the sun never set on the British Empire. Well, all empires pass and go away, and after the Second World War, Britain lost its empire. Well, with with the Olympics, though, we did see the remnants of that. So many people, so many nations, the main language spoken is English. English is the lingua franca, as so to speak, of the world. It is the world's language because the British spread it all over the world. And we come also to the thoughts of the fact that this is actually called the United Kingdom, not England or Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The United Kingdom, their focus in a broad sense is the monarchy. The monarchy used to be very powerful. It lost its power over time. Unlike France, which had a violent overthrow of the monarchy, in Great Britain it gradually settled in and kept up with the times, and finally with the marriage of Will and Kate, a royal actually married a commoner. Now, and then with the 60th anniversary of Queen Elizabeth, 60 years on the throne, she's 86 years old. Her mother lived to be 100. I really like Prince Charles. He's within a year of age of me. I've always looked forward to seeing him as king, but I don't know whether he'll get a chance. She's going to be around for a while yet. Longest serving monarch, almost, in British history, next to Queen Victoria, who will be, after 3 more years, she'll have outlived Queen Victoria. But the British love their monarchy. They love their queen. The head of state is honored in England, unlike the United States, where the head of state is hated by half of the population, no matter who is in power. There's one advantage the Brits have over us. Well, in conclusion, all I can say is, God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen, God save the Queen. Send her victorious, let's see, send her victorious, happy and glorious, long may she reign over us, God save the Queen.
Good job.